Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Compact Everyday Carry and Gadgets, and today I have another special optic for your Bodyguard 2.0, but this one is from Viridian Optics. This is the RFX 1 custom made for the Bodyguard 2.0. So this is going to look like a custom job. So when you mount this on, it's going to look like it actually came with the firearm, which is one of the nice features of the RFX 1. It is a green dot, which is nice, and eyes see green better. So right here, the features for the RFX 1 custom is a 3 MOA green dot, custom footprint for the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. It is an instant on with auto shut off, so when the red dot senses no motion, it will shut off on its own. Ambient light sensor with automatic brightness control, 30,000 plus hours of battery life, which is nice. Now let's go into the box so you can see how it is. Now this is going to be more of a unboxing and first impressions, and then I'll do a follow-up video where I mount this on the firearm itself. So right out the box, you do get a little cleaning cloth. You get little manuals and cards. Right here you get the Loctite, I believe. Oh no, right here you get the battery. Nice that they included the battery. You get the little tools to mount and adjust it. Now you get the little plate. Now this plate will be replacing your rear sight. You're going to be sliding this into the rear, where the rear sight is at, and that is how you're going to be mounting this onto the Bodyguard 2.0. And then you have the 2 screws that are supplied with Loctite, which is sweet. You don't got to go out there and buy Loctite to install this. So now let's go into the start of the show, and that is the optic itself. Now this is a beautiful looking red dot, nice and small profile and thin profile. So it is going to fit perfectly onto the Bodyguard 2.0 with zero overhang on either side. That is the beauty of having these things custom made. If you guys were seeing before these were released, people were having to send their Bodyguard 2.0 to get milled, and then they were going to be mounting red dots that weren't specifically made for the Bodyguard 2.0. And the Bodyguard 2.0 is already very thin, so regardless whether you were getting the smallest red dot, it was still going to have a lot of overhang, which just looked physically ugly. And it also added little edges and rough and sharp edges that could hang to your shirt or your stomach while you're everyday carrying. Here you're going to avoid all of those issues because this is custom made and there is no overhang. It hugs the slide, which is nice. Viridian actually added these little scales on the side which replicate and look exactly like the serrations on the Bodyguard 2.0. So when you mount this on, it's going to look like a continuous serration. It's going to look like the Bodyguard 2.0 actually came with this from the manufacturer, like it came installed already. As you can see, the front, it has a nice little groove, a nice little raised groove right there. That's because it's going to be the same shape as the Bodyguard 2.0, and it's going to wrap around the slide. So it's going to look like it's hugging it. It's not just going to sit on top. It's also going to be a little bit on the sides. So it's going to look nice, like I said, nice and custom, and also as another sense of security because it's also going to help keep that optic mounted on top of the slide itself. As you can see in the bottom, you have the compartment for the battery. That's probably one of, if not the only downside that I would see to this, is that when you need to replace the battery, you're gonna have to unscrew the optic off of the Bodyguard 2.0 to replace the battery, which is not a big deal. Like I said, this is rated at around 30,000 plus hours. So for you to run out of to get that battery to run out, it's gonna be very difficult. It'll probably take more than 2 years of usage because it has the auto shut off feature when it senses no detection, no movement, which is pretty cool. Right here you can see, you can sight it in. It has the left and right and up and down little screws on the front and the top, which is nice. It has these nice little serrations right behind the lens, which helps remove any flares that you might come across when shooting outdoors. But as far as that, the window itself is a perfect size, and it doesn't feel like you're giving up any, like you're sacrificing in size when having this mounted on the Bodyguard 2.0. The window is a nice size, and you're not going to have any issues finding the dot on that size window because it's a way bigger window than a regular metal sights would be. So that's cool. But yeah, if I had to see any downsides to this, right off rip is just really the batteries being there and the fact that it has no button, but it does have the auto feature where according to the outdoor it will adjust. So that's not too much of a downside, and it doesn't have any notch in the back, so you are sacrificing any physical sights, any notches, so you won't be co-witnessing with the sight in front of the firearm. I don't even consider that a downside either, just because when you mount this, you're not really looking to use any physical sights or anything like that, unless you just have the batteries run out, or for whatever reason it just stops functioning and you would want to be able to have those. But other than that, this is a really nice looking sight, a brilliant idea. Shout out to Viridian. These companies saw how successful the sales of the Bodyguard 2.0 has been to go out of the way and making a custom sight specifically for one firearm and one firearm only. Normally sights are made and they fit a variety of handguns. These are made specifically for the Bodyguard 2.0. So that lets you know how successful the Bodyguard 2.0 and how popular it actually is, and how much people are actually everyday carrying the Bodyguard 2.0. That says a lot about a firearm. But yeah, shout out to Viridian. I definitely would tell you guys to check it out, see for yourselves. As you can see, once it's mounted, like I said, it hugs the slide on the sides and it also wraps around the back, just giving you a little more sense of security, more sense of firm fit, which I definitely like. But yeah, I'm gonna have a follow video where I actually mount this onto the Bodyguard 2.0 so you guys could check it out, see how it looks on the Bodyguard 2.0 itself. But that is the RFX1 Custom by Viridian Optics, specifically made for the Bodyguard 2.0. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is Compact Everyday Carry and Gadgets. I'm out of here. God bless.